Hey, good day, everybody. Welcome to tip 94 in the series 101 Tips to Ace Your Promotional Exam. And as a reminder, check out my website, code3firetraining.com. There's a free stuff link with lots of great free info on it. Check it out if you haven't done so already. And this series is based on my latest book from Fire Engineering Books and Videos of the same name, available off their website as well as mine. If you go off their website, there's a 25% off code there in the green box. If you have any problems figuring that out or working it out, reach out to me and I'll be happy to see what I can do for you. So, tip 94, have a plan for all your firsts in the promoter position. You know, first day, first month, first year. I mean, just like when you got hired as a firefighter, there was a lot of firsts. You know, remember back when you were a firefighter, you had to buy ice cream, or you didn't have to. Sometimes, hey, that's your first fire, kid. You got to buy ice cream, or the first time you're on camera, or the first time you got, you know, your picture made the newspaper or picture made the internet or whatever. Yeah, it gets old after a while, but think about this. When you get promoted, whatever rank it is, company officer, chief officer, there's going to be a lot of firsts. Just like you had first as a firefighter, there's going to be a lot of firsts upon getting promoted. First day, first shift, first month, first year, you know, and we'll talk a little bit about some of these as we go through. You know, obviously planning these things out in advance can only help increase your score on the promotional exam, because it's good to think about this stuff in advance. Nothing wrong with being faced with something in the promotional exam where they ask you a hypothetical scenario, such as, so you are a newly assigned captain. Tell us about your first day with your new crew, which is a common question. And I, every now and then, first day with my crew, that's a good question. Let me think about that. And as a Raider, you're going, oh my gosh, you did not think about what your first day was going to be like, your first shift, your first month, your first year. Dude, or dudette, you got a plan. Those people that do well in the promotion exams, as you've probably heard me ad nauseum say, are those that prepare for the position. So prepare for all those first, you know, some of the things. You're going to have a crew meeting. And all these things are sometimes, like I mentioned, asked of you in promotional processes. We ask those things for a reason, to see if you prepared and to see if you have prepared, how well you're going to do. Well, first crew meeting, you're going to have a crew meeting. You know, your first personnel counseling session. Yeah, like it or not, you wish everybody would do an awesome job, never cause waves, never cause problems. But every officer, every supervisor at some point is going to have to sit down with one of their subordinates, one of their crew members, and have that discussion. You know, whatever you want to call it, it's going to happen. Life goes. I mean, even the best employees sometimes need to have that discussion every now and then. So you got to prepare for those things. Also, what to say on the radio. Now, I know a lot of departments, it's just push button, meaning, oops, excuse me there. It's push button, meaning you push the button responding, push it on scene, push it clear, push it back in quarters, or available on radio, AOR, whatever. I get the fact that there are departments that do push buttons, but I also get the fact that you're still going to have to talk at some point in the radio. I mean, not for routine stuff. I mean, I actually do appreciate departments that don't say a lot on the radio. You know, say what you got to say, but don't waste air traffic. But you're going to have to say things on the radio, such as not just, oh, engine one on scene, but let's talk about like your first structure fire or significant incident. Heck, it doesn't even have to be whatever incident it is. Do you have your 30-second radio report down? You know, 30-second radio report, that on-scene report. County fire, engine one on scene. We have a 2-story house, fire showing from the 2nd floor, alpha side on the street. I'm going to be establishing Stevens Creek IC command post will be mobile as I do my 360. We attempt to make access. Let's start a second alarm assignment. Staging area is going to be located at the corner of Stevens Creek and North Wolf. You know, in 30 seconds or less. I mean, or not just what you say to the dispatchers for your reporting conditions, but do you talk about any size of concerns? How about assigning companies? You're going to need to make assignments. You know, truck one, you're going to be assigned ventilation group, provide vertical ventilation. Engine two, you're going to be assigned as fire attack. Get an 1 3/4 line in that door. You got my firefighter as your 4th person. Get an all clear and primary search, contain that fire. You know, assigning companies, using ICS, providing tactical objectives, basic stuff without wah. Because I'm sorry, but I bet you I can go to any fire department around the country, which makes it easy because on the internet, you can listen to fire departments through a lot of different great scanner sites. Radioreference.com is a good one, but Pulse Point. And you hear, I mean, I'm just amazed from the shit I hear on the radio, the long dissertations. And every department has these people. I mean, we had one captain, love him dearly, but it'd be like, I remember we were the second due engine one time, and I was a firefighter. I remember he was the first due engine, and we're about a block behind. And we got smoke showing, and we know that we're gonna get off, grab a hose line, and support fire attack, do a search, whatever. Well, he gets on scene, and he's just, oh yeah, engine, whatever, on scene, this. It was like about a 2-minute report on conditions. We're already on scene, bottles on, ready to go, and it's like, my captain was just so funny. I could tell him just like, he just wanted to strangle the guy. Just shut up. Just what's our fucking assignment here? We all know those people. And it's just like, dude, just airtime is valuable, especially God forbid, if you're ever in trouble or someone's in trouble and they need that airtime. So practicing what you're going to say on the radio is critical. I remember I was teaching a class in a promotional preparation class in Colorado. And I remember hearing there was 2 female firefighters that are going for the position of company officer. It was their first promotional examination. And I remember hearing one of the 2 firefighters, she tells me, she goes, because I was talking to people about how they're preparing for the process. And she was saying, oh yeah, the 2 of us were joined at the hip. We've been driving around, bouncing, challenging each other, literally doing this, driving around the Denver area where they'd be driving down the street. And the one person would say, all right, Linda, that's your building over there. Fire's in the 2nd floor, 30 seconds less, radio report. And then 30 seconds, all right, assign your first alarm. And then driving down the street, maybe another couple blocks later, the other lady would go, all right, Tina, that 1-story house over there, imagine that there's whatever, fire out of the front room there. Go, 30-second last radio report, talk about size up, sign your companies. These 2 women who were very successful in their promotional exam, went on to become chief officers. I remember they said it was like 600 plus of these different scenarios they had done around the area over the course of the months that they were preparing. Freaking amazing. These 2 firefighters wanted that badge, but they didn't want it so bad that they were going to sell their soul to the devil or be mediocre. They took the time to prepare for the position, and obviously they were quite successful. So there's going to be firsts. Now, the key is practice and preparation is going to make it easier. So when you do see that big one, it's not going to be a, holy shit, we're going to, again, we've probably heard those people too in our careers, the screamers, the yellers, the ones that are panicked because they just don't have that ability to calm, cool, collect, get their point across. Command presence is critical. All right. And the last item, I've mentioned this, but I want to drill on it again. Anytime you're going for any promoted position or even a brand new position, say as a brand new firefighter, you got to have a 100-day transition plan. You know, whether you call it 90-day, 100-day, 3-month plan, whatever. 100-day transition plan is something I think is very critical for any one of us because it helps provide that roadmap to make us hopefully start off on the right foot and be somewhat successful. You know, doing a SWOT or a SWOC analysis. And I've used those terms in previous tips, but I'm going to say them again because I think they're important. SWOT stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats. Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats. And I also mentioned the term SWOC with the C at the end versus the T. So instead of strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats, it would be strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, challenges. Because threats and challenges, I mean, they're the same thing, just one's worded a little differently. They're both important. My point is anytime you go into a promoted position, whether it's in your own department or in another department, which is even more challenging to go to another department and try to learn the history, learn the new processes, learn the new policies, that 100-day transition plan is critical. You know, there's a good article, my friend Dennis Rubin, chief out of Pennsylvania outside of Philadelphia, wrote an article for Fire Engineering magazine a couple of years ago. I think it's titled, You're the New Chief. Now what? And it talks about a 100-day plan. If you can't find it or you don't understand, shoot me an email. I'd be happy to, send you a copy or point you in the right direction. But Dennis Rubin's article, I think it was You're the New Chief, lays out all the different things in a 100-day transition plan that really is applicable for all ranks. So when it's your first day in your new position, there ain't no turning back. You're there. The badge is here. What's the saying? You don't get a second chance to make a great first impression. Yeah. You get a little honeymoon phase, maybe if you're lucky, but you better have your shit together. Now, I say that because I remember on my company officers test years ago, we've done video-based scenarios, we've done role-play scenarios, we've done hypothetical scenarios during the personnel counseling scenario. Well, we had one personnel counseling video where you had two firefighters basically fighting it out. And it was like, hey, you walk into the firehouse, this is what you see. What do you do? And I remember literally laughing when I saw that. And the panel members had a stone-faced, serious look of, why are you laughing? There's two firefighters ready to fight each other. I go, don't take that the wrong way. Why I'm laughing is that I have expectations that I put together. And of course, some of my main expectations are play nicely in the sandbox with others, treat your coworkers like family. Well, families fight, I know, but yeah, you know what I mean. And I remember one of the panel members, you actually have expectations. I go, yeah, I've actually thought about what my expectations are going to be when I get promoted to company officer, because it's critical, because I better be prepared to share them. And I could see the wheels turning in the Raiders' eyes going, this guy actually has put together his expectations. And no shit, shouldn't all of us? But you don't wait to get promoted to start doing that stuff. Do that stuff in advance so you're better prepared. So in closing, as always, thank you very much for the gift of your time. Feel free to reach out with me, connect with me on social media. Until the next episode, take care, be safe. We'll see you soon. Have a great day.